My name's Devin. I'm a double major in business administration and environmental studies. So first off, I want to say thank you for everything that you do and for being such a voice for youth in politics, especially in this election cycle. And so my question is, how can students with a passion for politics continue to stay involved and try to make a difference, even with all this turmoil and having to stay at home? What do you recommend we do to have the most impact during these turbulent times? Thank you.
So it's a very good question that I'm still sorting out the answer to, because right now there are very high profile people figuring out what impact they can have in that all of our usual kind of habits for how to do it are being broken up and rearranged. And so everybody from, I think the likely nominee for the presidency in my party to, volunteers at my church are figuring out how to do what they do in a world where we don't have the same patterns of physical gathering that we're so used to and that action-oriented people rely on. Something tells me students might figure it out before a lot of the rest of us. But here's what I'll say. As long as you have a mind and a phone and certainly internet access, you can talk to anybody, just as you and I are talking right now. That matters more than you might guess. Yeah. Getting good information out there and making sure it isn't outweighed by bad information. Letting people know they're not alone. Finding out ways to help, even if it's a way to help from sitting right where you are. Helping people get information or access to resources or just a human connection maybe. Working out what the future of everything from politics to activism is going to be. Since you are a student and your full-time job is to understand as much as you can about yourself and the world around you, I would say not just the things you can do as an advocate or an activist or a volunteer, but things you can do as a student, literally figuring out what the shape of the profound changes our societies are all about to go through might actually be and what it ought to be. This is not going to be easy stuff, and it's going to require levels of imagination that I don't think we've summoned in my lifetime, which might come in just in time to face a lot of other things, as I mentioned earlier, like climate change, that we're going to require an unprecedented level of imagination anyway. And so asking challenging questions to yourself and your fellow students about not just what it means to be an active and involved student, but what does it mean to be an American now that's different than what it meant 3 weeks ago. These are things that I think it will be up not only to officials, but to scholars and advocates and activists to propose answers for. And so I've taken a couple shots at the online world and the Twitterverse because they can lead you to some unproductive places. But also, by the same token, the conversations that are happening have never been more important, even when they're playing out virtually in academic, social, and online spaces. So we'll be figuring that out together. But I'm glad you're thinking about that, and I am too.
Yeah. Yeah.